Hi, good morning everyone. My dear students, previous session we started to discuss about arguments for democracy. I mean arguments for democracy. That means merits of the democracy. And yesterday's discussion and after the discussion we come to conclusion a democratic government is a better government because it is a more accountable form of government. And even so this we studied with the example of China also. Then there is another reason why democracy should lead to better decision than any non-democratic government. This is another one important. So democracy should lead to better decision than any non-democratic government. See, democracy is based on consultation and discussion. So please keep it in your mind. So the democratic system, the entire government system, it is completely based on consultation and discussion. Without consultation, without discussion, even we cannot imagine the democratic system of the government. And if there is no consultation, if there is no discussion in the government, there is no doubt that government is a non-democratic government. We cannot say that is a democratic government. See, a democratic decision always involves many persons. A democratic decision always involves many persons. We all of you knows that even the government, whatever it will be the taken the decision, it's a discussion in the both the parliament, in the both the houses, where many more members, I mean the representatives are there. So before them it is going to be discussed. And even it is discussed in media also. It is discussed among the people also. See, the number of discussion, the number of consultation that we can see only in the democratic system. See, the discussions and meetings with many persons, so many persons, then only the government is going to implement so on so things. When a number of people put their heads together, whichever it may be the maybe the different houses. See, they are able to point out possible mistakes in any decisions. They are awaiting to point out the mistakes. Even in India, we are adopted multi-political party system. We are following. So the opposition party leaders in the both the houses, inside the houses also, and then outside the houses also. They are awaiting to point out the mistake of the ruling party and as well as the ruling government. They are awaiting always. See, this is possible only in democratic system of the government. Then we cannot expect these things in any other kind of government. So that's what when a number of people put their heads together, they are able to point out possible mistakes in any decisions. So not only these the ruling parties are among the different political parties, even so it includes the media and the public also. Because the publics are allowed to discuss. There is no restrictions. They can shape their opinion, they can express their views. And this takes time, of course. That's what in beginning, I mean, in the previous sessions we learned. So always in a democracy, decisions are delayed because of these kind of reasons. But there is a big advantage in this also, in taking time over important decisions. Taking or going to take the decisions hurriedly, it may lead some mistakes and it may not proper decision. So, if you are going to take more time over important decisions, so there is no doubt. So, the outcomes with the best one. Of course, dear students, I too agree that whatever we are discussing, we are learned. So, democracy is always a delay in the arguments against the democracy. But the thing is that, so there is the big advantage in taking time over important decisions. It's a required, it's necessity. And this reduces the chances of rash or irresponsible decisions. If they are going to take more time to discuss or to take any decision. So there is no doubt. So it is going to be reduced the chances of rash or even the irresponsible decisions. So that we can say democracy improve the quality of decisions making. So this is the another one important. So democracy improves democracy improves the quality of decision making. The quality of decision making. So please look at this statement. So democracy improves the quality of decision making because there are a lot of consultation, lot of discussion, lot of opinions about the policies. This is very much important. And dear students, this is related to the third argument. Democracy provides a method to deal with difference and conflicts. This is very much important. Democracy provides democracy provides a method to deal. A method to a method to deal with what? With difference and conflicts. Deal with difference and conflicts. See, democracy provides a method to deal with difference and conflicts where we cannot see in any other non-democratic government. So, in any society, people are bound to have differences of opinions and interests. It is very common. If there are more than two or more than two members means, there we can see the difference of opinion. Even within our family, there we can see the difference of opinion. Even in a single family, 4 to 5 members family. Then how about the entire government system? And how about the entire the country? So there is no doubt in a society there is the different kinds of people with a different thinking. And there is no doubt there we can see and even the entire society bound to have differences of opinions and even the interests also. My interest may different, and I cannot expect the same interest from any other one. In a society, if there are different people means, so there we can see a lot of differences, and even there we can see the lot of difference opinion also, and as well as different interests also. And these differences are particularly sharp in a country like ours, which has an amazing social diversity because our country is one of the diverse country. There are varieties of people, varieties of religion, different kind of religion, and within a religion there are different kind of communities, caste, society, tradition, language, everything. See, these differences are particularly sharp in our country. Why? Because of our country, so it has an amazing diversity. It has an amazing social diversity. See, here people belong to different language, I mean different religions. Whether the only the religions, even the same, the people, so they are belong to different religions also. And also they speak different languages. What I am speaking, you may not speak the same. Even the same language speaker also, if you are travel one place to another place, even in the same language also there we can see a lot of differences. Suppose what I am speaking English, the same English may not spoke by any other. And whatever I am speaking Kannada, that is very different from you people. And it may very different from any other. See, within a Karnataka, there are the North Karnataka, South Karnataka, and within a South Karnataka, within a North Karnataka. So there is even in Kannada language itself, there is a lot of differences. There is a lot of differences. The Mandya regions people, what they are speaking, the Kannada is so different. And even the Mysore and Chamarajanagar people, they are very different speaking. And even the Mangalore people, they are speaking different Kannada. And even the Kurk people, they are speaking different Kannada. And Hubli Dharwad people, they are speaking different Kannada. And if you go Raichur, Gulbarga, that side, Bagalkot, Bizapur, see, there is a lot of regions where there is a lot of differences even within the same language also. And what about practices? So this is also very different. See, in a different regions, so the practice also very, very different. See, the different religions and also the practices and their tradition and their custom and their food habits, entire what they were speaking, what they were practicing, and within a religion also there are so many subcaste communities and so on so things within a same religion. So they have the different castes also, and they look at the world very differently and have different preferences. Each and everybody, whoever it may be, so they are looking the world in a different way, and it's so different. And they used to give a different preferences. What I am going to prefer, the same thing may not preferred by any other. See, the preferences of one group can clash with those of other groups. Just we will take an example. If we will go with our friends to hotel, if we are going to order coffee, and some of the friends would like tea, so I mean tea. See, there is the difference. Their interest is coffee, and their interest is the tea, and there is the class. No, no, no. We want coffee. We want tea. Like see, it is a simple example to understand about the preferences. And what about the whole country? How the one social group or one political group or one particular government. So, and how it's so different from. So, there is a lot of clash also with those of other groups, with other social groups, with other religious groups, or with other socio community groups. It's very different. And in this situation, especially in these differences, there is a lot of conflicts, disputes, and so on, so things, and even sometimes it may turn into riots also. Then, how to resolve such problems or conflicts? It's too difficult to maintain, and it's too difficult to resolve with all these conflicts. See, the conflict can be solved by brutal power. Whichever group is more powerful with dictate its terms and others will have to accept that. But can we expect this in a democratic system? See, but that would lead to resentment and unhappiness. In next class, you are going to learn about this. How if the one group of the people, if they are going to dominate over other the groups, the result, the conditions that we are going to learn in the 10th class. See, the conflict can be solved. Yes, of course. How? How? By brutal power. But whichever group is more powerful will dictate its terms and others will have to accept that. But that would lead to resentment and unhappiness. What about the other all people? So everybody should feel happy where there is no difference. Understood now? So the different groups may not be able to live together for long in such a way if they are not adjust with others. If there is a lot of difference, conflicts, disputes. See, in this situation, only the government which is going to provide the peaceful solution to this problem, to solve this problem, that is one and only democracy. Are you getting now? So, whatever I explained in this condition, so only one type of government provides the best solution, peaceful solution to this problem, that is the one and only the democratic system of the government. See, in democracy, no one is a permanent winner and no one is a permanent loser also, because this is like, because we are electing in a democracy, we are choosing, we are electing our representatives only for 5 years, even that is not guaranteed whether they are going to complete their complete terms. 5 years due to different case or for majority problem, if they lost majority, so in the assemblies, the government may dissolved by the governor or president. So here, that's what in a democracy, dear students, no one is not. If suppose if I win means it is not the permanent for lifetime. No, I may win, I may won. That's only for fixed terms. It's only for. So that's what. So no one is permanent winner in the democracy. And the same, no one is a permanent loser in the democracy. Here, the different groups can live with one another peacefully in a diverse country like in our India. So of course we are all living together. We are speaking different languages. We are our customs, our tradition, our religion, caste, community, whatever it may be. There we can see the vast diversity. Even though we are living together as Indians, so because of our system of government. See, democracy keeps our country together, binding all these the social diversities or the group of the different type of group of the people or the system in the society. Only the democracy keeps our country together. If there is any other government, whether if any one social group dominate over any other social group forcefully, can we imagine the situation? Whether can we expect the peaceful life? No. And what about the situations or the what we call the solutions for this problem? No. See, dear students, in a democracy only, because democracy provides us peaceful solution for all types of problems, whatever arose in the country, within a difference or diverse people also. So, democracy keeps our country together. Now, we used to say unity in diversity. Why? Because of our system of government. We are adopted and following the democratic system, which is one of the best type of or best system of the government. See, dear students, in these three arguments were about the effects of democracy on the quality of government and social life. Are you getting now? Whatever we explained, the 3 points. Last class I explained one more point, that is about a democratic government is a better government because it is a more accountable form of government. This is one thing. This is one argument for democracy. And the second one, that is about democracy improves the quality of life, quality of decision making. And the next point, what we are discussing in this class, democracy provides a method to deal with the difference and conflicts. See, these three arguments were about the effects of democracy on the quality of government and social life. But the strongest argument for democracy is not about what democracy does to the government. It is about what democracy does to the citizens. Are you getting now? Please concentrate. Please listen once again. Whatever we are discussed, the different three arguments for democracy or merits of the democracy and importance of democracy and the significance of democratic system of the government. The first one, that is about it is a more accountable to the people or more accountable form of government. And the second one, democracy improves the quality of decision making. And the third one, so it provides a method to deal with difference and conflicts. Apart from these three arguments about the effects of democracy on the quality of government and social life, but the strongest argument for democracy is not about, please keep it in your mind once again, I would like to repeat, the strongest argument for democracy is not about what democracy does to the government. What democracy does to the government. It is about what democracy does to the citizens. It is about what democracy does to the citizens. Even if democracy does not bring about better decisions and accountable government, it is still better than other form of government these days. Why? Because now democracy enhances the dignity of the citizens. The only one and government where there we can see the dignity of the citizens. That is only the democracy. See here, democracy enhances the dignity of the citizens. Dignity of citizens. As whatever we discussed about, so democracy is based on the principles of political equality, irrespective of their caste, community, religion, creed, sex, color, and so on, so things, or economic background, or social background, or educational background, or political background. So, the democracy is based on the principle of political equality. Are you getting now? So, please try to keep it in your mind. So, the democracy enhances the dignity of citizens. So before going to discuss, so where we can see the dignity of the citizens, whether can we see in North Korea under the popular person who is controlled the North Korea, no, Kim On Jong. Whether can we expect the dignity of the citizen in China? No, we can't. See, whether can we expect the dignity of the citizen in dictatorship, in monarchy, in kingship, or in a military government, or in a communist form of the government? No. See, that's what I told in the beginning, I mean, just now. The strongest argument for democracy is not about what democracy does to the government, what democracy does to the government. So it is about what democracy does to the citizens. What democracy does to the citizens. So even if democracy not bring, suppose even in democracy, I mean this system does not bring about better decisions, okay, and even I'm not accountable also, okay, but it is still better than other form of government. Are you getting now? So, and also dear students, so the democracy, it's enhances the dignity of people also. It enhances the dignity of people. And whatever we discussed about, so democracy is based on principle of political equality. Political equality. So in this system, whoever it may be, whether the poorest and the least educated has the same status as the rich and the educated. So we are not going to bifurcate you are poor, you are rich, and the dignity of the poor or the dignity of the rich or the dignity of the educated class people or the dignity of the uneducated class people or least educated class people. No, it has the same status. There is no difference wherever it may be, whether poor, whether rich, whether politically strong one or physically strong one, whether educated one, whether least educated or else uneducated. No. See, the status of all these different classes of people, it is in the same in democratic system. See, the people are subjects of a ruler. They are the rulers themselves because they are choosing, they are electing their representatives. Even when they make mistakes, they are responsible for their conduct. Whether can we expect in any other form of the government all these things? No. See, people are not subjects of a ruler, and even when they have make mistakes, they are responsible for their conduct. Can we? Anybody, can you give more than this the best example to understand or to say the non-democratic system is the one of the best government of this? No, there is no reason, and there is no example also in world history. So we can say, dear students, really the democracy is one of the best form of the government, which is ruled by, which is elected by, because this is a people's government. And the another one important thing that is about the one and only democracy is better than other forms of government because it allows us to correct its own mistakes. It allows us correct to its own mistakes. See, there is no guarantee that mistakes cannot be made in democracy. Of course. See, no form of government can guarantee that. The advantage in a democracy is that such mistakes cannot be hidden for long. And there is a space for public discussion on these mistakes. And there is a room for correction also. Either the rulers have to change their decisions or the rulers can be changed. And this cannot happen in any non-democratic government. Are you getting this, students? See, it allows us to correct its own mistakes. As we saw above, there is no guarantee that mistakes cannot be made in democracy. And no form of government can guarantee that. The advantage in a democracy is that such mistakes cannot be hidden for a long time. And there is a space for public discussion on these mistakes. And there is a room for correction also. Either rulers have to change the decision or the rulers can be changed. And this cannot happen in a non-democratic governments. So it is what the democracy allows us to correct its own mistakes. So this is all about whatever we discussed. This is all about the arguments for democracy or merits of the democracy. I hope you all of you understood this topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.